Hey guys, now Framer just released a brand new way to build sites using AI agents. Without having to use an MCP, you have native access to Framer with your own AI agents, basically with Claude Code, Cursor, Codex, and you can give these agents full access to your canvas, components, and CMS. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how you can set this up with a blank project. I'm going to show you how you can edit style guides and also edit pages and sections from existing projects like templates. And we're going to also touch on custom code components and CMS with this new Framer feature. So guys, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Now, first off, Framer came out with this awesome landing page that basically goes through every single detail as to how you can use AI agents with your Framer project. And I'll link that down below in the description. And if we scroll down here, we actually get all of these different features, right? Like for example, update your existing site or style your site. And we get all of these like sample prompts that we can just copy and paste and add to, to Cursor or to Codex or Claude Code. But all the way at the bottom, we have connect external agents to Framer. I'm just going to go ahead and click on this button. And now we have all of these different prompts that we can use to install in these different IDEs or these different agents. Now you can use Codex, you can use Claude Code. I'm going to use Cursor because I'm just a big fan of Cursor, especially when designing or working on front end projects because we have that visual editor tool. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to copy this. And in Cursor, I'm just going to go ahead and open up a new folder in my local environment. And we're just going to paste in that command and hit enter. And once we get that, it says you're all set. What to do next, create a new thread, then copy your Framer project link. So we can just go to the browser and copy the address bar. And so I'm going to do that. I'm just going to go ahead and open up a brand new project. Again, you also have the ability to do this over here, but I just think that it's much more special when you do it via the external agent because then you have connections to other plugins and other connectors. But I'm going to copy this link and I'm going to paste this in here. And then we get this pop-up that says authorize external agent. Let's go ahead and click on approve. Now it says I'm connected to your project. And while we wait for this, we can go ahead and open up the browser and let's search for framer.com. And let's just log in via the Cursor browser. And we can now open up this project. And it says here, what would you like to build? For example, I can design a landing page, recreate a design from a screenshot or reference, set up CMS collection. So we're going to be covering all of this today, but let's just start off with something simple. And we could say something like create a simple landing page for a photography agency that specializes in interior architecture, or let's just put interior design just to make it easier. And while we wait for that to load, I found a really interesting tweet by one of the co-founders from Framer, Koen Bok, and basically a very interesting points that he pointed out here. He basically goes on to talk about page generation and the speed and the token costs for these different page generations. And before it starts putting anything into the frame, you can start seeing that it's analyzing typography, buttons, navigation, grids. It's generating images. It creates a design plan down here. And it's all part of this 9-step plan that goes from foundation to building the different sections and then creating the responsive breakpoints. And then we slowly start getting the design in the canvas over here. And then eventually we get the full desktop design. And then eventually we get the different breakpoints as well. And I can hit preview over here and just kind of preview this. And as you can see, we get the mobile view like over here. Scroll down and everything looks responsive. All right, and now it gives us a few next steps that we can basically implement. So swap in your real agency name, copy project photos, etc. Adjust the palette or fonts to match your brand, and then publish it when you're ready because this, external agent can't really publish the site for us. We have to do it manually. But before we publish a site, what I want to try to do is I want to open up a new browser tab and we can search for a website like cursor.com. And let's say that I want the font and I want the colors to look like this. What I can do is I can scroll down to a section where I can get a glimpse of like the primary colors and all of this. We can like scroll out like this, and maybe this would be a good kind of view here. What I can do now is use Cursor design mode to basically circle all of this. So I'm going to circle this, and we can say something like adjust the style guide of the site to match this example. And now there's a lot of thinking involved behind this. And then it understands what it has to do and creates this new to-do list. All right, and now we get this new update with our new style guide. Very, very similar to what cursor has. We even have this orange color as a secondary color. And then another thing that we can do is we can create additional pages. Like let's say we want to create an about page using the same exact type of style, same exact style guide, obviously, which you can find over here under the assets panel. We can say something like create an about page with a hero section with a text and an image carousel, a contact form, and an image gallery. And then we get another to-do list, and actually right off the bat, it starts to create a layout template for our nav bar and for the footer down here. So when we double click this, it's basically like, a layout template that's going to be repeated in different pages so that it doesn't have to recreate the nav bar and the footer from scratch. It's going to use that same nav bar and footer from that homepage. And so now we get the new page / about with the same nav bar and the same footer. All right, and once that starts finishing up, we start to get the design over here. We have this really nice carousel in the hero section. The design looks really neat. We have a beautiful masonry grid image gallery down here. We have our contact form. If I select this, it's the actual like contact form section that we need in order for it to actually work. Also up here, it's a interactive image carousel, basically pointing out to these images that are up here. And I can go ahead and play this preview, and I can go right and left, and it looks really nice, honestly. Everything seems to be working out just as I thought, even better. And we can go like this and see our phone view, and I can just scroll down and everything looks nice and responsive. So let's just go back up. Now, the next thing that I want to do here is I want to go back to the home page, and these projects over here, this isn't connected to any CMS. I can't really click on this. I would like this to eventually be manageable in the CMS, so I can go over here and like easily change the title of my project, add something to the description, add some links to the description, and so on and so forth. So let's go back to the canvas, and again, using this design mode and cursor, I'm just gonna basically draw this. And once you get a nice drawing like this, and I can say something like create a CMS collection so that these items can actually be connected to a CMS. And now slowly we start getting our new CMS collection set up, which is awesome. And we can kind of scroll through this. So we have the title, we have the category, location. All right, and now we get this new section. So it's all connected to the CMS. And then I can just say like create a CMS detail page for this collection. And then we can also say, and while you're at it, add a description field in the CMS collection so that we have a bit more text in this new CMS detail page. And then we can go ahead and just click on start multitasking. All right, and now it's creating that description field in the CMS. We're starting to get some more text being populated over here. And eventually, you can just click on this and edit the text. And then we can go back into the canvas. And then we get our project detail page that's basically connected to all of these different CMS collections, as you can see over here. Now, what we can do is we can also go to Framer Marketplace, or just search for like Framer templates. And I can go to this templates tab, and we can scroll down and search for a free one, like maybe this one, Da Vinci. Shout outs to the person who made it, Mr. Cosmos. We can go ahead and click on use for free, and then we can grab the URL of this project. And then we can just say, now let's work on this project. And we just have to approve this again. And then once it analyzes the site, we can say something like change the copy and images of this project to match a photography studio that focuses on interior design. So basically like the same as that, site that we built from scratch. And then again, we get a list of 5 different to-dos. So inspecting the page, sourcing photography images, rewriting the copy, replacing images across the page, and CMS items. And then we can start seeing some changes being made, as you can see over here in the hero section with this new image of an interior design. Our CMS images still haven't changed. It's still the same ones from the template. But if I scroll down here, all of this text has changed, and I can go down here and we have this nice little image spiral with these new images that the external agent created. All right, and now we have the final version of this, and we have the interior design photography from these different projects or works. And you can basically do this with any template you want. And I really wonder how the entire template marketplace is gonna look like after this new update. And I'd love to know your thoughts as well. So please feel free to let me know down in the comments below. And guys, if you have any other comments or questions, please let me know. Like always, thank you all so much for watching today's video. Hope to see you next time. Goodbye.